Hey everybody, this is John with Fear No Evil Ministries, and I'm coming to you with another Quickcast. And today I want to talk about accountability and how we handle it and what it means to us. And the verse that I'm thinking about right now is in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 23. And he turned to Peter, turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan, you are a hindrance to me, for you are not setting your mind on the things of God, but on the things of man." So, if you know the gospel, this is a moment where Jesus is foretelling his death to the disciples, and he gets quite a strong reaction from Peter. In the prior verse, it says that Peter actually rebuked him, saying, "Far be it from you, Lord, this shall never happen to you." Now, I'm sure a lot of people have said things to you that don't agree with you, things that you are upset by, things that have offended you. And I want you to think about something. In this moment, we're literally told that Peter rebuked the Lord. And I don't think there's anything on this earth anyone could say to you that would be more offensive than what Peter has done right here. Sorry, I don't mean to judge you or anything, but you're not Jesus. And there is just nothing that could be said that it would even compare to this. And Jesus handles it, I think, appropriately. He doesn't just call out Peter on his own. And I think that's important. You see, it would have been easy for Jesus in this moment just to say, like, "Hey, Peter, that's wrong. Don't say that." Or, "Who do you think you are, Peter?" Or, something to that effect, something like we would say. We love saying things like, "Who do you think you are?" Right? But in this moment, he calls out Satan. And remember, this is the same way that he called out Satan when Satan tried to tempt him directly. Jesus knows what's going on here. He knows this is Satan trying to tempt him again, and he's using Peter to try to do it. If you think Peter on his own is responsible for this, I'm sorry, you don't know Peter. You don't know Satan. You don't know. This is a moment where Peter, who loved Jesus, was afraid of letting him die. And that was right. That was right of Peter to feel that way. Death is wrong. Nobody should die. But the way he reacted to it, I guarantee you, was pressed on by the devil. And you know how I know that? It's because that's what Jesus says happens right here. Jesus literally calls him out. Jesus doesn't exaggerate. He doesn't exaggerate. He doesn't manipulate. He doesn't need to blow things out of proportion. When he says that Satan is present, it's because Satan's present. So what does this mean for you? Well, the next time somebody says something to you that is even a shred of how offensive this was to Jesus Christ, I want you to just think for a moment, and instead of attacking that person or cutting them down or putting them in a situation where they feel obligated to apologize to you, for a moment, just see how it affects you to say, "Get behind me, Satan." Like in a way, right? Because Jesus Christ is the only person with the authority to really do that. I've done talks before about the whole dangers with the whole "not today, Satan" stuff. You can't win against him without help. But maybe in that moment, pray for Jesus to help them break free of the grip that Satan has on their heart. I guarantee you they're not going to take that well. They're going to be probably more offended than if you just address their behavior directly. Everybody wants to think they're in control. Nobody wants to believe they're being manipulated by Satan. But if you think that you go through your whole life without it, you're a fool. I'm sorry, that's just not the way the world works. Jesus was tempted by Satan. Satan tries to tempt everybody, and we all handle it the best we can, I think. But I don't think anyone's undefeated against Satan at all, except for Jesus Christ. Certainly Peter wasn't, right? So I'm sorry, but if you lump me in with Peter, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And so if somebody looks at me when I do wrong and they say, "I know that the devil is responsible for what you've done," I'm telling you, I would be grateful for that, because it would make me think for a moment, well, what did influence me to act that way? And not everybody's going to feel like that, but it doesn't mean it's not right. So just think about who's really accountable for all the evil in the world. You can hold Adam and Eve accountable for the fall, and that's okay. They were, they were a party to it. They played their role in it. But it never would have happened if Satan hadn't fallen first. It's just something you need to take seriously. Who do you really want to believe is the evil force disrupting your life? Your best friend, your wife, your husband, your coworker, or do you want to think it's the devil, the one who actually does hate you, who actually does want bad to happen to you? What do you think's really going on here, y'all? Now, you might push back on what I'm saying here and say that you don't want to be like a doormat. Well, if I let people off with, then I'm a doormat. Well, I'm telling you, if you attack everyone for all the things they do wrong, you're a doormat to Satan, and that's the truth. So who do you want to really beat in this moment? You want to beat your friend, or you want to beat the devil? Ask for the help of Jesus. Ask him to come in and help in that moment, because you're both having a hard time. They don't want to hurt you. You don't want to be hurt. You both need help. Call in somebody who can actually do something about it and ask him to defeat the one who's really causing it. And that's the real enemy. And that's the devil. Take him seriously and do everything you can to stand against him. And James tells us he will flee from you. Okay? Anyway, thanks, guys. God bless you.